Hi, my name is Jerry Reed. I'm with Windsor College here. This is the team of one, so it's like an army of one. Basically, this is a really crude hack, but it's fun because it's a weird hack. It was actually suggested by another hackathon contestant as a side hack, and so I thought I'd present it to you. Use an SMS to control an antique synthesizer, so it makes audible sounds, ostensibly music, based on inputs from SMS messages that you send it. And I've already mispronounced your name. It was a great idea, fantastic idea. Muntasser idea. So I already had this beast around, but I didn't know what to do with it. So I thought, we'll kind of bring the old and new together by putting a vacuum tube synthesizer, this is the technology's older than me, into an SMS organization using Telex to send the SMS messages. So I can show you the various pieces, and I'll get a very short demo of it. The pieces are these. The pieces are the synthesizer, which has 3 vacuum tubes, which makes a sound like this. Hopefully you can hear that on the audio feed. It's not very loud, because it doesn't have a power amplifier. And the frequency of the sound from the voltage controlled oscillator is adjustable based on inputs it receives. The input is all analog. So the analog to digital connection is to have an Arduino, like an Arduino Uno, most basic Arduino, connected to a digital to analog converter, which is like a $2 part on Amazon, which converts the digital frequency into an analog voltage that sort of hits the right notes on the synthesizer, with taking into account all kinds of nonlinearities everywhere. So, and then of course I'm using Telex. So what I have, this is my Python Flask server running. This is listening for Telex to call me when I get an inbound SMS. And I will say that their API is extremely easy to use. I took their example code, I copied and pasted it, I changed a few things, and I actually got the example code running in like 30 minutes, which is amazing, in Python. They have example code in other languages as well. So pretty easy to get going. And I set the account up so I could send messages to my text, to my Telex number, and they will in turn, when they get the incoming SMS, they will turn around and call my webhook. And this is the server, the output of the server, the Flask server that's listening on the webhook. So it's very straightforward to set up. The other piece that you can see is the Arduino piece, which is basically, an Arduino program is basically a C++ program that runs on a microcontroller. They're extremely common, they're used a lot in robotics. You probably have something more sophisticated on your robot, but that's where you start. And all this does is to listen on a serial connection from a Mac, because the Flask listener is running on my Mac. And I send data through the serial to the USB cable, which is essentially a serial cable, into the Arduino, which in turn puts a voltage into the synthesizer. If I had time, I would have made a nice little PowerPoint of that, but I didn't. So the program is really pretty straightforward. And if you're interested, you can always look at it later. This is the listener from Telex. And again, I just literally took an example and chopped out a bunch of other fancy stuff I didn't need. So, and with no further ado, let me try to do this. I'm going to hold my phone up near the camera. Hopefully you can see this. If I get to my phone. I'll turn up the obnoxious volume for a minute. And I'm not sure how close I have to get to the camera for this to work.
Yeah, you can see on the computer behind.
Yeah, okay. All right. I've been testing this a lot. You see the sequence of letters there, C, G, A? That theoretically, to the best of my ability to crib from Google, is the score for the first 2 bars, let's say, of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. This is not tuned very well, so it's going to be pretty horrible, but we should get a result. So I'm just going to send that message. And hopefully, And that's all I got. But basically, I didn't have time to put any longer songs here. I don't have any musical talent. I love to do electrical stuff. I love audio stuff. I've no musical talent whatsoever. So I'm just looking up notes on the internet and plugging them in my phone, right? But I think it's an interesting concept, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.